All rise. Support court with Judge Van der Bee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1064, Adams case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Adams?
Yes.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, I've decided that I need a little more money a month with the child that we have, so that's why I'm here.
All right. So currently, how much are you receiving?
I think it's about minimum wage.
Okay, so about, what, $213 or so? Something like that?
Yes, around
Okay.
that area.
All right. How old is the child?
She's 5.
Okay. Does mom give anything extra? Has she been doing anything extra?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
So how did you all...
Today's case is a roller coaster. It has it all. Allegations of abuse, bipolar disorder, child support tension, and a 5-year-old caught in the crossfire. Mr. Adams says he's struggling just to get by, while the child's mother, despite recently landing a $55,000 job, insists she still can't contribute more. But here's the jaw-dropper. She openly admits to attacking him over microwaved food. Judge Van der Bee has quite the challenge ahead. Is this truly a case of financial struggle, or is it veiled emotional manipulation? Both parents claim they love their daughter. But who's really acting in her best interest? What begins as a request for increased support quickly unravels into a courtroom storm of emotional baggage, financial recklessness, and explosive revelations. Let's break it all down.
She's on minimum wage child support. Was she working previously?
She was working previously, and then she quit the job, I want to say. I can't really get that backstory out of her. But we had to separate, Your Honor. I couldn't do it anymore.
You couldn't do what anymore?
I couldn't be with her. She started to get very just abusive. For what it is, my breaking point, she went upside my head because I couldn't put her food in the microwave.
Oh, wow. This lady did that?
Your Honor,
she looks so sweet.
No, you darn near need to get the bailiff in here. I can't. She's very abusive. She can play the funk.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna throw nothing at me, are you?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay. Well, he said you went upside his head. I just want to make sure you don't try to go upside mine.
It was a rough day that day. You know, Your Honor, I'm diagnosed bipolar, and I was just having a really rough day. And our child, she was just really just crying all day, and I just needed a little bit of help. And he was just saying he couldn't help me at home, and so that's why I just kind of acted out.
Oh, okay. So it was an isolated incident?
Huh?
Was it an isolated incident?
I'm sorry, when she get her foot going like that, I just... Say it again.
Was it an isolated incident?
What do you mean, isolated?
Like, did that happen one time?
No.
She's gone upside your head numbers of times?
Numbers,
Okay.
dozens.
It's because he let my medication, I was off my medication, and he said he couldn't pay for it because it was too expensive, you know, but I'm back on my...
Hold on a second. He says she hit him because he didn't microwave her food? That's not just petty, that's abusive. And let's be clear, this wasn't an isolated incident. Later, he reveals it's happened dozens of times. Abuse doesn't always come with bruises, but the emotional damage is just as real. This case isn't only about custody or child support anymore, it's about safety. Now the question is, does her admission of bipolar disorder explain this repeated violence? Or is there something deeper going on in this relationship dynamic?
He said we were going to try and work things out. I still love him. I mean, look at him. He's a fine-looking man, and I love our child. And
He's a nice-looking guy.
I really want to work it out, and I just got this new job. And
Tell me about that new job.
well, I'm a manager at a fast food restaurant.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get back on my feet, and but I got a lot of debt, so I have to save that money, and I don't feel like I can pay more child support right now.
How much are you making now at your new job?
I'm making $55K.
55,000. That's a lot from where you're at now.
I didn't have anything before, and I just have a lot of the credit card debt.
Okay.
And health debt, with my medication and my visits.
I understand. You understand that he has things that he needs to pay for you all's daughter, right?
Yes.
And I can only imagine $200 or so for a 5-year-old is not cutting it.
It's not.
You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it's only fair that your child support is increased because your income has changed and you have the means now to support your daughter a little bit better. Now, that's not to say, I understand that you have debt. I understand that you have things that you have to pay for, but with what's in the best interest of the child, your child support should be increased. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Is your daughter involved in any extracurricular activities or anything?
Yeah, she's in ballet.
Ballet, okay. How much is ballet?
It comes to about, I want to say, about $200 a month.
$200 a month, okay. And she goes throughout the year?
Yes.
Okay. What about health insurance?
I pay health insurance.
All right, how much is health insurance?
It's about $222 a month.
All right. Can mom attend any?
No.
And here's where things really get complicated. She says she still loves him. She's emotional, vulnerable, and claims she's working to turn her life around. But let's not lose sight of what matters. Love doesn't erase the past. And it definitely doesn't cover ballet classes, health insurance, or school supplies. She's now making $55,000, a major financial boost. Yet instead of stepping up for her child, she's seeking sympathy for her own money troubles. So here's the real question. Should her personal debts take priority over her responsibilities as a parent?
Okay. Oh, okay, I see. So mom had supervised visits?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So this is what we're going to do, ma'am. We are going to adjust your child support so that it increases to reflect what it should be based on your new income. You testified that your new amount was $55,000. That will bring your gross to $4,580, bringing your net to $3,504. You only have one child? This is your only child?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's going to be based on 20%, which brings your child support amount to $700.80. Now you do have to reimburse dad for the health insurance, okay? So that $780 plus the $222 for health insurance reimbursement, that brings your monthly obligation to $922.80 per month.
And there it is, supervised visits. That speaks volumes. When a parent isn't allowed to be alone with their own child, it's a clear red flag. The court isn't just being cautious, it's expressing serious concern. It gives credibility to everything Mr. Adams has claimed so far. While she's arguing to reduce her financial obligation, the judge seems to be focused on something far more critical. Is this child safe? Are her needs truly being met? You can't plead for leniency when the system already questions your role as a responsible parent.
Then that,
Can I just mention one thing, Your Honor?
sure.
Reggie, he's a used car salesman, and he sold me this discounted car, and it's just a junk car, and I've been having so many bills from this car,
Okay.
and I just had it in the shop, and it was $750
All right.
because it's just breaking down, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford all this because he's the one who sold me it and said it was a good car.
So what
Your
did
Honor,
you want
in
me
my
to do
defense,
about it?
I sold her that car.
Well, here's the deal. I don't even need your defense because I didn't need her story. It doesn't have any impact on what it is that I have to do. This isn't a divorce where, we're in a temporary orders hearing and we're talking about splitting debts and anything like that. So it's irrelevant to what we're doing here today. However you have to take care of that expense, that's how you're going to have to handle it. And if the two of you have an issue that ends up having to result in litigation, that'll be done in a different...
Boom. $922.80 a month. That's a huge leap from minimum wage support. And it even includes reimbursement for health insurance. But this isn't an emotional decision. It's straight up math. 20% of her net income for one child. Fair, legal, and non-negotiable. Yes, she has bills. But the judge couldn't have been clearer. Your personal debt doesn't erase your parental responsibility. If you're capable of working, you're capable of supporting your child, period.
Hey, your child support has been increased to $922.80. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Let's break it down. Judge Vonda raised the mother's child support to $922.80 a month. And it was based solely on her updated income. Despite all the emotional ups and downs, the drama over car sales, and talk of unpaid debt, The court never lost focus. It came down to one thing: what's best for the child. Supervised visits, increased payments, zero tolerance for distractions. This wasn't a question of who's more emotional. It was a test of who's more responsible. If this case left you just as stunned as us, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe.